Hi, this is Dennis Gage. Thanks for tuning in to My Classic Car, home of the certified car nut. We're here in the beautiful Van Dusen Gardens in Vancouver, BC for the 18th annual All-British Field Meet, and we're guaranteed to have a smashing good time. This celebration of the British motor car is the largest in Canada, with nearly 500 cars and 6,000 people attending. So to fill us in on all details is Joan Stewart, the organizer of this event. Joan, how you doing?
Hi, Dennis. Nice to meet you.
Great event. What a great setting too, the gardens. Tell me about it.
Oh, it is absolutely marvelous. I think this British Columbia, it lends itself to the British Field Meet.
Well, you've got a little bit of everything. You certainly got the, the high-end rolls, and you've got the things you'd expect. You got Jags, you got MGs and Triumphs, but you've got stuff here that I've never seen.
We've got stuff here that I've had to take a second look at. We've had a Sunbeam Harrington Le Mans today. That was quite cool for us, I think. It was the first time entrant.
People seem to be having a wonderful time, and there's really, again, a great collection of people too.
Yes, well, I think we are very, very lucky to have this setting. I don't think there are too many events anywhere where you have it in a beautiful botanical garden.
Wonderful setting, and even you brought in some British-like weather, didn't you?
Well, the Brits are supposed to be a hardy people, and they built some hardy cars, and this is where we really test the mettle and see if they come out.
Well, yes, and I mean a British car, if you're going to be worried about rain, I mean...
Well, it is British Columbia.
Come on. So it's perfect. But just as insurance, I could actually use an umbrella. You don't have a spare, do you?
Dennis, it so happens that I do.
Well, let's go get it. You never know. You just never know.
Yeah, okay.
Canadians refer to the 18th annual All-British Field Meet as the greatest show on British wheels. There was a bit of morning drizzle, but then the sun broke through and added sparkle to color and chrome. Cars were driven in from all around the province and up from the States, astonishing many spectators by their willingness to drive the distance to this event. And it didn't hurt that the event was being held in the beautiful Van Dusen Gardens in Vancouver, BC. The cars were absolutely smashing and quite diverse, with large ones and small ones, even tiny ones.
Dominic, this is really cute. No offense, but this is cute. 1949 Morris Minor. You don't mind me calling it cute, do you?
Well, I don't like people calling my cars cute, but in this case, this is a cute car.
It sure is. Now, what possessed you to have a Morris Minor? These are kind of oddball little cars.
Well, growing up back in England, my father always had Morris Minors, so when I could afford one, I had to go and
carry on the tradition.
Carry on the tradition.
Lovely,
exactly.
And you've got the whole look going on too. I love that. Now, the interior, again, nicely restored. A little bit austere.
Yeah, very austere. Remember, this was 1949, shortly after the war when these cars were introduced. So very austere interior.
But I guess it gets the job done. And back here, in the trunk, you've got some really cute little Morris Minor memorabilia.
Well, like I said, I'm a Morris nut, and I collect anything I can find related to Morris Minors. And I've got the original bill of sale for this car in the frame there, which shows that it was sold in December of 1949 in Dallas, Texas.
Boy.
For a price of $1,482.
Well, now, the thing I always got a kick out of, though, is the engine in these cars. I mean, it's pretty tiny.
Well, yes, it's not really a lot of horsepower in these, Dennis. It's about rated at 8 horsepower at the rear wheels.
8 horsepower?
8 horsepower. Actually, 8.057 to be precise.
Oh, well, and at that level, that 057 is quite important.
It certainly makes a difference on the hills.
It really, it looks about the size of a large lunchbox, doesn't it?
Yes, yeah. I've heard people call it a car powered by a battery and 4 spark plugs.
Well, it is absolutely darling, and you got plenty of room to work there. But it's wonderful you brought it out, braved the weather, but then again, it's a British car.
Thank you very much.
Dominic, it's great. I love it.
Thank you, Dennis.
How about this 63 Elva Courier with its Ford 1600cc engine with a couple Webers under the bonnet? Just so you know, Elva is French for she goes, and I'm sure she does with that extra thin fiberglass body. This next car is a 1959 AC Asica, a very rare find with only 169 total ever made. All aluminum body, 2-liter Bristol engine, overhead cam, and triple carbs. This little number was screaming, "Drive me, Dennis, drive me!"
Victoria, this is beautiful. A 63 Sunbeam Harrington Le Mans?
Yes.
I've never seen one. How rare?
It's extremely rare. They made about 250 of them between 1962 to 64 or so. And they only shipped about 10 of them to North America.
And they were made to, homologate them for Le Mans racing, right?
Yeah, they took them off an assembly. They had to basically, the prerequisite for Le Mans is that it had to come off an assembly line.
Mm-hmm.
Minimum requirement is 100, so they made 100 of them.
So it's really a rebodied Alpine, right?
Yeah, it is. The front end is steel, and then this is fiberglass. This was handcrafted, fiberglass.
So they just grafted this on to give the...
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Did it come with the picnic kit?
No, the picnic kit's a donation. So is the book, but
It's a beautiful car, and it looks unrestored.
it is. It's mint condition, unrestored. There's two of them in the world that are in that condition. Apparently, one is in Japan, and the other one is here.
Fabulous.
And
Gorgeous interior.
Yep.
Again, unrestored,
Yep.
eh?
Yep. Mint condition. Yeah.
Love the blue, and the gauging is so cool.
Yeah. And there's 40,000 miles on the original engine.
Is that right? Is it
Yeah.
fun to drive?
It's amazing to drive.
That's
Overdrive on all the gears.
Can I look under the
Sure,
hood?
go ahead.
Or the bonnet, I guess?
Yes. Help yourself.
Oh yeah, so that'd be the 1.6 liter.
Yeah, dual Webers.
Dual Webers, yeah. So it's probably pretty snappy too?
Oh yeah, it's lovely to drive. Real dream to drive.
Well, it looks like you brought the sun with it. It's
I know, Sunbeam.
Sunbeam, the sun's beaming down on your Sunbeam. Victoria, it's beautiful. Thanks
Thank
a lot.
you very much. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Take care of it.
There are many classic cars out there that are underappreciated or just plain forgotten about. Nevertheless, they are truly things of beauty. Such is the case with this 1961 Chrysler New Yorker.
Well, today we're in Santa Ana, California with Steve Nye. Steve, welcome to the show.
Nice to see you, Dennis.
Now, Steve's my kind of guy. We came out here to do his 58 Merc Park Lane. Beautiful car, love the car. But the relay went out and the windows wouldn't go down. Couldn't have that.
No.
So we went one garage door over at Steve's place. 55 Chrysler Imperial. Gorgeous car. But it had a little bit of lifter noise.
Yeah, that came with age.
Couldn't do that either. One more door over. Beautiful 61 Chrysler New Yorker. Bingo.
This one works.
All right, and everything on it works. Now, again, my kind of guy, nice little house, 12-car garage. You're my hero.
There we go.
Well, this is a gorgeous cruiser
Oh,
here,
thank
Steve.
you.
Tell me about the 61 New Yorker.
Well, 61 was the last of the Exner built cars or Exner designed cars, and it's an interesting car in a lot of different ways, a lot of futuristic options and a very futuristic look.
Well, certainly the Exner fins here, I mean, that was sort of the trademark there.
Yeah, the next year they had a joke about the 62s and they called them the plucked chickens because they had all the same look but no fin.
Just plucked them right off, huh?
That's right.
Now, this is a heavily optioned car, too, isn't it?
Yeah, this car came originally from Stockton, California. The original owner ordered it with every single option except factory air, and once he got the car, he decided it was too hot in Stockton and had a aftermarket air put into the car.
Now, where does that go? Is that in the trunk?
Yeah, they put it in the rear end, in the trunk of the car. It's Mark IV, which was a very popular accessory company of its time.
Oh, I've never seen one of those. Now, you have a carpeted trunk. Is that correct?
Probably about 50% of the New Yorkers had carpeted trunk and about 50% of them had a vinyl floor mat in them. This was the reproduction kit that you can buy for these cars when you restore them.
Wow.
Same as the 300.
Can I close it?
Sure.
Boom, there's a sound.
Yeah, not like today.
No.
No plastic there.
Well, again, you got all these options, and these things back here, I thought they were add-on speakers or something, but they're not. They're
No, the thing that looks like a house regulator is actually the intake for the air to go in, and then the other ones blow out the air.
well, it does look like the register at my
Yeah,
place.
it sure does. There's just no adjustment on it.
So they're, I mean, that'd kind of give you a little bit of a chill on the back of the neck. wouldn't
Yeah, it does. It's
And-
not the most comfortable feeling.
But it puts out cold air, right?
Yes, it does.
Well, now let's talk about the interior, because these are so wild-looking and so futuristic. What all do you have in here?
Well, this car came with the 7-button Golden Touch radio, which has the foot control to automatically change the stations.
Oh,
It
yeah.
has vacuum door locks. It has autopilot, which is their form of cruise control.
You still have to hold on to the wheel, though, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
you
right.
do. And it has Mirrormatic, which when the car pulls up behind you, there's an eye inside the inside rearview mirror that automatically changes it from day to night. And the usual push-button transmission. This one has also the option of swivel seats, which was
Oh, yeah.
something that they had from '59 until '62.
Now, I see you got the lions here. That was a symbol they used in all these cars?
Yeah, the Chrysler was playing up the 413 motor, and they called it the Leaping Lion 413, and so they used the lion subtly on the car.
Oh, well, let's have a look at the leaping lion here.
Yes. The 413 was the biggest engine Chrysler made, and they used it in the New Yorker and the Imperial, and then it had the dual 4-barrel carburetors on the 300 version with the cross-ram manifolds. Definitely different, powerful car.
Now, this has all been restored, right?
Yes. Yeah,
And-
the engine's been rebuilt and everything's been gone through.
Well, it's, you know, how does she run?
Oh, it runs beautiful.
Wow.
It's a great driver.
Well, it's a great day for driving. And this is a Boulevard cruiser. What do you say we cruise the Boulevard?
Let's do it.
All right, button it up. Swivel seats, eh?
Yeah.
Both of them swivel?
Yes, they do.
Wow. Ooh. Very luxurious.
Yes.
Welcome back to My Classic Car. I had to admire Steve's nice little California bungalow with a 12-car garage. Way cool. I think every hobbyist should have a garage like that. But enough garage envy, we have a car to drive.
Now you got a couple of Mercs, and I guess you got a T-Bird, but mostly you're a Chrysler guy, is that right?
Yeah, I've always been into cars that you don't see every day of the week. You know, the cars that are most unusual. I can go to a show and probably never see another 61 New Yorker. About the only thing you see in 61 are 300s. You see quite a few of those because they were real popular and they were saved. I'm afraid that probably most of the New Yorkers went to become 300 parts cars.
Yeah, that's probably true. You seem to have zeroed in on the 61 New Yorker. I mean, what was it about this car that you just wanted?
Just everything about it. Just the design and the style and everything was just the epitome of what you would look for in an interesting car from the 50s or 60s. Unfortunately, you don't see very many of them, so parts are real hard to find for them. eBay helps out a lot on that.
You know, it's been one of the most wonderful things to happen to the car hobby, actually.
I think just about every day I plug in 61 New Yorker to see what pops up, just to see if there's any parts. I have a wagon restoration project I need to finish, and I need parts for that all the time.
Now that's a 61?
Yeah, a 61. They made 576 of those, so pretty rare car, and parts in general are hard to find for them. They don't repro anything for them, basically. They repro the front parking light lenses. That's about it that I know of.
Now, how many miles did this one have at the time you undertook the restoration?
Well, this one has about it had about 125 or so on it. Because right now it's running about 130. I will have to say that Chrysler products seem to be very forgiving about being left to sit for any length of time.
Now here's some suspension squeak, and that's probably just because of the low use.
That's exactly what it is. It'll go away, but it takes a little bit of driving to get rid of it.
Well, that's fine with me. Mopar's known for muscle, and there's, you know, you're always knee-deep in muscle cars, and that's wonderful. But you got a car like this, you know, one of the early Chryslers or the DeSotos or something, the 50s DeSotos. People just love those. People flock to those cars at one of those Mopar shows, I think.
Yeah, they do. It's hard for the people that are diehard muscle car guys. They look at this car for a 413. That's about all they look at it for.
413. What can I put that
how
in?
can I rip that out of there? That worthless car.
Steve, that is one beautiful cruiser.
Oh,
and
great.
I think it's probably my first 61 New Yorker. That is a gorgeous car, man. I'm so glad you had some backups.
Yeah, thank you.
And I think it worked out really well. Now let's
Great.
see. We've seen 3 of them. You got 12 car garage here, though. What do you say?
Well, let's go
Look at a
check
few
out some more.
All right, the day's still young.
Yes, exactly.